to How to Love Your Kitchen, Episode 7. Right now, we're going to talk about containers. And containers make people go, ugh, I fill a container, I can't find a lid. There's a lid there, and I can't find the container that goes with it. So, my pointer on this is to have containers that are branded in the same family, if you will, so they are able to stack together to a point. But, like this shows you, this cabinet has all of the containers stacked in one place. Not very easy to get to, because if you want a different container, the one on the bottom, you have to pull all the ones on the top out. It's kind of a pain. Yes, it's doable, but remember, simple makes things easy in the kitchen and more fun. So if you can put a shelf in there, like this, get these at IKEA, I love them. You just put them together. They come in this size or a half size, and you'll find one in almost every one of my cabinets. When you put the shelf in there, you see how it separates out the sizes. So when you want one of the sizes, you're just reaching in and grabbing for it. Ta-da! Simple. And then let's talk lids. You want lids that are stackable. You can see all mine are right here stacked. Mind you, I have a very small assortment right now because of the space I live in and because I'm only meal prepping for 2 people. So if you're meal prepping for more people and or also taking lunches makes a difference if you don't want to take glass, then I like to use stuff like this. There's Ziploc or Home Sense is a good brand. You don't feel terrible if you leave it behind, but it's something you can wash and reuse a lot. And again, same size. This also helps you with meal prepping because you know your portions. As you start to fill the containers more, you'll learn exactly what proportioning works for you and your family members, and you'll be able to duplicate it without measuring, without being, I've got a huge container and a small container, and I'm trying to put the same amount in each one for this meal prepping thing, and it's overwhelming. So try to have similar size. And if it's worth the investment to go and get some of these and be able to have them stacked into your cabinet so that it's not overwhelming, falling out when you open the doors, I've seen that. Another thing that I love for prepping is these jars. There's your pint jar. You'll see I call a lot for these when I'm talking about soups, when I'm talking about sauces, things like that. And then you have your larger size. So if you're doing a soup and you want to take it with you and be able to heat it up, it's good to have this because you have some space and you have enough broth. Normally when I'm meal prepping with the smaller ones, I'm going to end up wanting to add more broth to the vegetables and protein that are in here. So it just depends on where you're going with it. But we'll talk all about that in the meal prep community so that you understand which ones are more easily used. And I do some in this and I do some in the glass, and we'll talk about how those make a difference with different meals. So for your glass, pint, and quart jars, you can buy lids. And look, this one says Amy in your kitchen, so it comes back to me. A lot of people have these in their kitchens now, and I can point them out, mostly my family, and say, hey, that's mine. So get a family label, and when you take things places too, so you don't lose that container that you like, especially if it's a glass or a nice Pyrex, get some labels. These things are washable now, pretty good, and have fun with it. If you have kids, they could draw something that they know is theirs and then stick them on there. If you're doing things like sending meals with kids to different activities, sending a bowl of something to a potluck that you're not going to and they are, then put a label on it because then you'll get it back, hopefully. So those are my tips on containers. I hope you're enjoying this, and we'll see you on the next one.